I've had a good number of conversations with coaches, especially when talking about body awareness out of the water and body awareness in the water, right? Because let's face it, completely different environments, right? When you're looking at gravity versus buoyancy and the way that your body feels in each of those two environments. But what I always come back to is the more aware you are of what you're doing with your body anywhere, you're going to be able to make adjustments, right? So the more understanding you have of how to engage and how to relax, you're going to be able to do that out of the water. You're going to be able to do it in the water, right? Because it's the understanding of that activation and relaxation, which is what actually gives us the ability to create the movement that we desire to have.
That's good. Activation and relaxation. It's a good way of thinking about what I try and talk a lot about. It's like when we're swimming, we want to have the least amount of tension possible, like just enough to hold the shape in the water. Any more, and it's wasted. And that's a very hard thing to do. That's kind of mastery of your swimming when you can get to that point, because a new swimmer is going to be probably quite aggressive with the stroke or very tense. But it's those elite swimmers that you see just gliding up and down the pool that have really got that balance in place of activation and relaxation. And is there something that you have done or you've seen swimmers do through the yoga to help them be able to get to that place?
That's a huge thing in you. I know, I believe it was in our first conversation, I brought up the saying that I do really like to use, which is effortless effort, right? And being able to have that sense of, Bill Sweetenham got brought into my mind when you talked about the drills and him saying, doing a drill 99% right is 100% wrong. And then he also has the talk of easy speed. And I really think that that's one of the biggest things that I've seen people be able to take from the mat into the water, is that understanding of allowing, not forcing, of finding flow within their movement, finding rhythm within their movement, and understanding when you're in a pose and you're in a pose for whether it be 2 breaths, 10 breaths, but how to actually make subtle adjustments to be able to create that proper activation in the muscles you need to hold the pose, hold the shape, and then be able to relax everything else around it. So it's exactly what you're talking about in the water. So I really feel that we can teach that on the mat in a very effective way to be able to take that in the water.